But Paulie, we have some special guests with us here, and we actually have a team from Sebring that is racing with us. Mr. Wayne Estes, current track president. Welcome to ChampCar Live, presented by AutoZone. How's your weekend going so far, sir?
Well, first of all, this is this event's been one that has been pretty close to my heart for a very long time. When I got here, I came to Sebring about 10 years ago. I arrived in August, late August, and kind of had my feet wet by the time New Year's rolled around, and the series under its previous name was here at that time, and I took a lot of pictures. I still have a lot of pictures of the trophies from that first year. This series, in fact, Matt and I walked down to the media center to look at the trophies for tonight's race and saw that the spirit is still there, putting things together. Those are super cool. There's just a lot of things about this. This is pure racing the way it has been for 75 years. This could easily have been the first 12-hour race. Instead, you guys go 14. So it has a lot to do with Sebring's history. It matches well with what this racetrack's all about, and it is a way for someone who just wants to go racing and doesn't have a giant pocketbook can participate in a series like this. And so that's one of the reasons I like it so much.
And we've heard you've actually raced with us a few times here.
No.
You haven't raced with us? I had heard that you had gotten in and raced with us.
I have zero talent.
Well, neither do we, but you guys are still nice enough to let us come out here and race.
It's been talked about. I've had friends that, we should do that. And I thought, yeah, we shouldn't. We really shouldn't.
So, Wayne, you've been at Sebring for quite a long time, so there's a lot of people that know about you but don't know about you. How did you end up at Sebring? Like, what has your racing journey been to get you to this point?
Boy, the road here was unexpected because my intention when I was very young was to try to see how many of my friends I could make race fans, and it was through NASCAR and through we lived in the Atlanta area. So my first NASCAR race was Atlanta. At that time, it was called Atlanta International Raceway. Before it was Atlanta Motor Speedway, or whatever they've named it now.
That was the old configuration before they put the double dog in. Right?
It was a pure mile-and-a-half oval, perfect oval. It was a great racetrack. And Marvin Panch won the first race. To tell you how far back, my dad took me when I was about 8 years old. And from the time he said start your engines, man, I was into short tracks but never as a participant, strictly as a race fan. And when Road Atlanta opened up, went to Road Atlanta pretty early. My wife Rita and I, we dated there a little bit. I've got pictures on my desk of her sitting on the hillside before we got married. So I went to school purely intending to just be a sports writer. I was going to be a motorsports writer for newspapers, and a lot of us were out there that eventually worked our way into working for a PR group. In my case, it was Ford Motor Company, and then it was then you go to work for a racetrack. Mine was Bristol Motor Speedway, and after I was at Bristol for almost 17 years. Worked with a terrific leader named Jeff Bird, who recognized that the fans were what made the sport go. You do everything you can to make sure that those fans that come want to keep coming back. And he drilled that into all of us that worked there at that time. And unfortunately, he had brain cancer and passed away. And my place there didn't really fit anymore. And a friend of mine, Rick Humphrey, who had taken a similar path to mine, he had worked at I think he worked in North Wilkesboro, and then he was a PR guy for several different people, ultimately R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, and then into Daytona and Talladega and IMSA. And he knew that after my Bristol run that he first courted me for a job at Road Atlanta, which seemed like a perfect fit because that was the first sports car track I ever saw, IMSA racing. And then after that, he came back to me and he says, would you be interested in a similar job at Sebring? I was like, yeah, I'd like to move to Florida. Florida works for me. And it worked for Rita, and it worked for everybody in my family. And it's just worked out really well. When I got here, I saw this place. So the first time, I worked at Coca-Cola for a stretch. And back in those days, in the mid-'80s, it was the Coca-Cola Classic 12 Hours of Sebring. and I came down here I was writing for internal publications. And again, we were trying to tell the Coca-Cola bottlers out there that your involvement in motorsports can make a difference to your business. And at that time, I saw Sebring, A.J. Foyt, and Bob Wallach won the race in the old swap shop Porsche. And this place was special from the first time I got here. It was on my bucket list early on, because when I was a kid, the most important races in the world, in my world, which was the United States world, I didn't really care about Le Mans or anything at that time. The most important races in America were the Daytona 500, the Indy 500, the 12 Hours of Sebring, Pikes Peak Hill Climb, and after that, there was really nothing else on the list. So Sebring was a place I wanted to see. And when I got here, it was impressive to come here the first time to be the 12 Hours, and then to come back so many years later. I mean, that was 1985. Then I come back in 2015. And what I saw was, it's a historic layout, but it needed a little restoration. And I was very fortunate to work with a bunch of people here automatically. We were able to put together a great team of people right away who had that same vision of, let's restore this place and make it as great as it was back in in its prime in the 70s and 80s. So that's been the journey.
So with that journey, what has it been like for you with coming full circle, knowing that you were here to see A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, to see those historic wins, and then you're watching it? What has that been like, and is it hard to believe that it's just you've kind of gotten to that point where you're starting to see that restoration take effect?
We've since I've been here, Tom Christensen has come back as a retired driver. Jackie Ickx has come back as a retired driver. Mario Andretti, A.J. Foyt's here frequently with his IndyCar team. So all the IndyCar teams come to test here before the St. Pete Grand Prix. So we get to see a lot of these people. And I always come back to when Elio Castroneves, here you got it. At that time, he was a 3-time winner of the Indy 500. Now he's a 4-time winner. But when he came here to test with Team Penske, when they were rolling out the Acura, the prototype car, when I met him, he said, when I was growing up in Brazil, he said, I didn't think about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Where we wanted to go was Sebring. He was a road racer. He was in Brazil, the famous Brazilian drivers. This was their destination. And we see that with a lot of young kids that come here and run the open wheel cars and are going through some of the driving schools that they go through for development. And it's just this is such a special place worldwide.
Do you think that's why it seems to have that romantic attraction when they have so many choices? What is it about Sebring? Is it just, what's the magic? Do you know what it is?
It is, first of all, it's 75 years. And you just don't go out and build a place and get 75 years worth of tradition. And the fact that it has evolved and yet maintained its character, the fact that it hasn't been paved over,
right?
That it is still,
about that.
You still can run in those same places that Juan Manuel Fangio ran, where Hill ran, where Gurney ran. You can't do that at a lot of places.
Right.
Juan Manuel Fangio never raced at Daytona. So Daytona has its own thing, but Sebring has something special that can't be replicated. And there's also what the fans do here. If you come here for the 12 hours, there are fans that come to this event over and over and over, and they have their thing. And they do these things over and over each year. And it just means the world to the competitors, to the enthusiasts, and to the fans that just come back here and want to be a part of it every year.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, we appreciate everything you've done, and we appreciate the love that you've shown for motorsports. We can hear the passion in your voice. We appreciate what you've done and the restoration that you've done. This place is still as gorgeous as it is every year we come here. It's just that beautiful Florida sunshine. And you guys have done so much already, moving into the next phase, maybe the next 5 to 10 years, and we'll talk to that about your protege here in just a few minutes. But what are you excited to see that growth continue?
Yes, there's there's a long list of things we would like to have seen done during my tenure that you just can't get everything done. I could start listing things off, but when I got here, there were things in the fencing that needed to be repaired. There were walls that needed to be updated. And I've been very fortunate. Matt Muha has been our Senior Director of Operations for a number of years, and a lot of the things I've been given credit for, he's been the guy who actually he executed them. Whether it was the restoration of the Officers Club, whether it was building the bridge to Green Park, whether it was building the newest bridge that people are it's under construction right now over the Ullman Straightaway. He's been that guy, and there may be things that have happened here that I received credit for that were his ideas from start. And he wanted to put in more blue and white walls around here, make that part of it was always part of the signature, but he wanted to expand that. He wanted to light the trees over across the bridge into the paddock. He's done a lot of things with lighting here. He's done a lot of things with color, and for that I give him. I just have all the confidence in the world that the things that have been happening are going to continue to evolve in the right direction.
And what you're referring to is, and we wanted to let you are going to be going into retirement mode here in about
hours.
Hours now.
Yes.
Hours. The countdown's at hours, right?
Yes.
And December 31st, you're going to officially retire, I believe.
Well, I'm going to officially pass the presidency and general manager role to Matt. Matt Muha will be the president and general manager moving forward. I am going to stay on in a senior advisor role, I think they're calling it.
Okay.
Through the 12 hours. We're going to do some new things with some free parking areas. We're going to try to direct people to use this bridge back here on the backside. There's some things in logistics that they could use an extra hand on. If I can help, I'm going to do that. And if I can step out of the way, I'll do that.
Well, we heard you're going to have a special duty coming up, but we, everybody from ChampCar, Paulie, myself, Les, everybody on staff, we have a nice gift for you. This is from us. Thank you so much for all the years of dedication, all kinds of goodies in there. We heard you're going to be, there's one other duty in addition to a senior advisor. We heard you're going to be the main parking attendant. You're going to be running parking cars.
I like to park cars.
We heard you like to park cars.
My wife, Rita, she will tell you if anybody asks her, what does Wayne do at the racetrack? She says he parks cars. And really, that's it in a nutshell. The more cars we can park in here, the better. If we keep them organized, the better. If we keep them getting in and out of here safely, all the better. And I've always got a kick out of that. I did a lot of that at Bristol.
What's the coolest car you ever got to park?
I tell you, the cars are a lot cooler at Sebring than they are in Bristol. Bristol, we had an awful lot of trucks and things that fell apart, and here we get a lot of Lamborghinis and Alfa Romeos and Audis and, oh gosh, some of the things that Alan J has brought in here have been spectacular. He brings in Italian cars that I've never heard of, and they are quite special. But he also got one of those Ford. What is the thing they built 66 of them here about a few years ago? And, it was the anniversary Ford GT car. I don't even know what they ended up calling it.
You remember, Paulie? I know what he's talking about, but I can't think of the name of it.
No, I figured you were going to say GT.
Yeah, it is super cool. But we've had a lot of great things in here. It's just been phenomenal. We were in the office one day, and I was sitting. If you look at our office building over there, you can see that big picture window. Well, that's our conference room. We were in the middle of a meeting, and this bright red Ferrari went driving by. Nobody even looked up. And I said, we don't really appreciate that a beautiful red Ferrari just drove inches away from us, and we're in the middle of Florida, in the middle of agriculture area, in the middle of places where they have sod farms and such, and we have so many beautiful cars that roll into this property. And for that matter, there's a lot of cars in this race today. People may say, that's not, but there are BMWs, and there's all kinds of cars out here today. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a Super Beetle from 1973. We got a 1970. What is it? The 914 Paulie. We've got 2021 Hyundais. We've got Mustangs. A lot of American muscle. I mean, we've got just an eclectic group of cars here this weekend. But that's what you said at the beginning of our discussion here, was just ChampCar reminds you of the days of old, of what the 12 Hours of Sebring was in the heyday.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back we are just a couple of days away now from New Year's Eve. So the first race here was 75 years ago on New Year's Eve. Wow. So there's going to be a little celebration in town of Sebring, downtown, right around the city circle, where they used to do, the cars used to drive from here into town to be inspected, and then they'd come back out here and run the 12 hours. There are pictures of Jim Hall's Lola with a wing on top, driving around the circle, headed to to his inspection, and then they drive it back out here. That's the way it used to be. And that race that happened 75 years ago, it was a Crosley hot shot that won it based on a handicap, but beat the Ferraris based on the European handicap that was in place at that time. That car will be on the circle this weekend too, or on Wednesday afternoon.
And if anybody's hanging out after the race, a lot of our competitors and their families and friends tend to go do all the touristy stuff. If they want to hang out for that, where can they go to be part of that?
It's totally free. It's right on the downtown circle. It's going to be, I think the hours are 1 to 6. The race ran from 3 to 9. We didn't want to stay out in the cold dark until 9 o'clock, so as soon as it gets dark enough, we'll end it with a big fireworks show over the lake, and it'll be a fun evening just to remember that groundbreaking moment that happened here 75 years ago.
Well, it's amazing to think 75 years later we're still doing it and still enjoying it. But Wayne, thank you so much.
Hey, look, I looked at when you my daughter and I turned on your stream early on, and it caused me to do a wardrobe change. I was going to come up here like Weekend Wayne. I usually wear a Turn 10 T-shirt, or you don't know what I may have on. And I see you guys have cameras up here in the booth, so I went back and found something that hopefully will be more appropriate for being seen up here in the booth. But,
we wanted you to just come up, and we've wanted to, first of all, just thank you for everything. Yeah. We wanted you to be comfortable and just enjoy a day at the racetrack, and hopefully you'll get a nice, comfortable day. There's a nice hat in there. Keep the sun out of your eyes while you're parking cars and some other goodies. And again, we just wanted to say thank you for being so good to us and letting us continue to come back and race at this amazing facility, and hopefully we'll be on our best behavior, and Matt will continue to let us to come back too.
I'm sure that'll happen for many more years to come. And Kyle, I appreciate you and everything you guys do up here, and I can't imagine you guys are going to continue to talk for another 11 hours.
They'll be sick of us by 10 o'clock tonight, we have a feeling. But thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So what's on your tap for the rest of the day? You going to go out and kick back and enjoy some racing?
Oh, I will. I definitely, I love to be here at the finish. I love the finish of this thing. And the weather's nice right now. We've had some colder days. This is perfect right now. It'll get a little chilly this evening, but it's in some beautiful Florida sunshine, and the skies are clear. And unfortunately, we don't have a rocket launch for you today. You have to wait till the 4th, I think. They're not going to launch again until after the first of the year. But I will say that there's probably there may be other people out there that could succeed me. There's a lot of people that could succeed me and do a much better job than I've done. But I don't think you're going to find one who's going to be any better than Matt Muha. He's already got a firm grasp on this property. He's got the right vision. He's got the right history and background. He has been a racer. He doesn't have a problem getting in a car and strapping it and competing. That's just not me. But Matt knows this. He's a great leader of people, and I look forward to seeing what he's going to do moving forward.
Well, we're excited. Well, Wayne, you go enjoy you go enjoy that. Thank you so much for everything, and we wish you the best in your senior advisor role and lead parking attendant.
Yeah, I got to go change my signature on my email address.
All right, Wayne Estes, everybody, outgoing track president. We appreciate his time, and we'll get Mr. Matt in here in just a couple minutes. So, Paulie, let's give everybody an update and let them know how things are running.
Yeah, right now, Flat Out Racing still leads this race. It's Average Joe's there in second place, followed by Team Jackie Yakes, Rockwell Autosport Development, AAG Racing behind them in fifth, and sixth place it's Turn-In Concepts in the 711. Marathon TLM in the third place there in the number 3 car. Then it's Diamond Turning, and then Fing Dog Racing and Gorilla Sticker in the 517 car, rounding out the top 10.
All right, Paulie. Well, now that we've done that, thank you. We have our next guest, and I've been saying your name all wrong all week, and I am so sorry. It is Muhai. I've been saying Muhai. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I get that my whole life.
I'm a racer. I'm not very culturally rounded. Ask my wife. She's right behind you, my second mom. She can tell you I'm not very culturally acceptable.
No, I've had that going on for a long time. My kids get to experience that now as well. So
okay. Yeah. So congratulations on taking over this new role. How has it been working under Wayne? We've heard so many people have said just how great he is. He's a people person. I've heard nothing but great things about you. What has this experience and ride been like for you so far?
And it's been fantastic. I can't say enough about Wayne. He's been so good to this place. I don't have to tell you guys, this place means so much to so many. The history behind it is amazing. And Wayne is, from the day he came in, I was able to spend a couple years prior to him coming in under Trey Stevenson's presidency here as well. But when Wayne came in, he just came in with a fan-first mindset, and the things that he instituted between the staff and the property and the upgrades and all the things that he wanted to see get done, and really that fan-first mindset has been just such an amazing tutelage to bring to all of us. We were able to just do things with the fans in mind. Everything that we thought about, everything that we did from an events perspective was how do we make things better, how do we make the experience better, what can we do better, both from a fan side and from a competition side. We spend a lot of the year with groups like ChampCar or different groups that come in here and try to do as much as we can, as best we can from a competition perspective, but also from the fan side. So Wayne has been incredible in his tenure here. The things that he's done to improve the property, you look around and look at what this place looks like today compared to what it looked like 10 years ago, it's incredibly different. So being able to get those things done, and we got in trouble a little bit together trying to get things done, working outside the box a little bit from a financial standpoint his first few years here. The place needed some work and we needed to update things, and frankly we missed some budget sometimes and we got in a little bit of trouble for it, but overall it's made the property just that much better, and you can see it when you drive in the gates today. It's amazing.
Well, we appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys continuing to let us come and play and do this twice a year, and we really appreciate it. So we saw there's another bridge coming. Wayne touched on that briefly. So real quick, what are some of the renovations and upgrades that are going to happen here over the next couple of years to just continue to enhance the experience?
Yeah, I mean, visually, you can see just when you come in the gates today. I talk about it all the time to the guys that work with us here. We're so lucky that we get to drive over that bridge every morning and look at the sunrise coming over the bridge. And you think about the people that have spent the last 75 years getting that same experience. It's incredible. It's an incredible place to work. But when you drive in the gates, everything from lighting to paint to the new bridge that's being built in the backstretch right now, it's crazy to think that in the last 15 years of working here, I've been a part of building 2 bridges with the Great Way to Green Park drive-over bridge over there, and then this walk-over bridge that we're building right now. But we're going to improve parking. We're going to do bridges. We're going to improve competitor parking. We're going to improve fan parking. We're going to do some different things from a ticketing perspective. The Officers Club has been a great addition, and we're going to do some more things with that. 7 Sebring Raceway Hotel, if you've been over there, some of the upgrades that we're doing over there have been very well received. That place is also just a huge part of what we do, and we're going to continue to upgrade that so the experience for everybody when they come from the hotel perspective to the competition side to the fan side, it just kind of ties together. And you'll see, I can't release everything, but 2027 for the 75th anniversary, we're going to do some really fun things here.
That's awesome. I threw the track website, SebringRaceway.com, I threw that into the chat so everybody can check it out. And we have ChampCar here today. We're going to be back with you guys again next year. I believe we're coming back for 2 races, the overnight race, and then we'll be back in this race. We'll be moved to September because we'll be running at a different venue on New Year's Eve, but we're still going to get to come to Sebring twice. you guys getting into events you have going on for 2026. One of your biggest events is about 3 months away.
That's right.
And we know that is a very important part of that, the Mobile One 12 Hours of Sebring. What other events and other happenings are going on here in 2026 at Sebring?
Man, we kick off January and really hit the ground running when we come back from holiday break. We've got SCCA Nationals coming in first week in January. We've got a bunch of private testing. We've got Indy Next testing. We've got Ferrari Challenge testing. We've got IndyCar testing. We've got the 48 hours of PCA. We've got HSR Pistons and Props that will happen again over the Valentine's Day weekend. We've got SVRA Trans Am. We've got the Mobile One 12 Hours of Sebring, Porsche Sprint Challenge. I mean, you name it, it's here in the first quarter. It's a struggle. We talk to people that come to work for us, and we always mention the first quarter and what our schedule is like. But we're back to back national events for all of 6 weeks in a row with 5-day events. And then we've got Ferrari Challenge coming in April. We've got just, you name it, like I said, it's here in the first quarter. So we stay pretty busy. I think last year we rented the track 315 days out of the year there was cars on the raceway. So it's great groups like ChampCar that make our business model work. But we love this event. You guys have always been just fantastic. And to see the 100 cars in the field, and I know you had a little bit of a rough morning getting the guys shook out. I had to pull them down and have a little conversation with them in the driver's meeting, but it's awesome to see these guys. And I've built relationships over the years with a lot of the teams that I walked pit lane about an hour and a half ago and talked to a lot of guys and just had some conversations, see how cars were doing. But I think you had 100 cars show up for the weekend, and so awesome to see the field continuing to grow.
Yeah, we love coming to Sebring. It's amazing to just see the response that we get. I mean, twice a year. I mean, sometimes when we double dip places, it's hard. But this place, the history, just the fact that guys and girls can say they've raced at the historic Sebring International Raceway, I think just rings. And to say that they've done it means a lot. And you guys actually have your own team out here this weekend in their Miata, their car 73. They're having a pretty decent run right now. They were a little like, we hope we're going to make it, but hey, you guys are still running. It's 3 hours in. You know, your guys are up here in the booth with us, and you're still on track. So keep digging, guys. We really appreciate it. Matt, I threw the website in there. Where can they find you guys on social media? How can they get in touch with you if they want to find out about tickets? And will we get to see you back in a race car? Will we see you in a ChampCar race?
Yeah, I'd love to get back in a ChampCar. One of our employees from the front office is crewing for a team down here this morning. I think he was slated to drive a car, but the car had to back out, so he's spending the weekend crewing and learning a little bit. But SebringRaceway.com is the best place to go to find our information on ticketed events, spectator events, things like that. But Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we're on it.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it. Well, we appreciate the time you and Wayne have spent with us this weekend. We want to let you guys get back to it, go enjoy the race, and plus, if you got your fire suit and your helmet with you, we'll let you see if you can go bum a ride.
Yeah, it's been a while. The last car I was in was a circle track dirt car, so love to get back into one.
So, hey, guys, all right, here's the challenge. We got to get Matt back in a car. So anybody listening out there, make a deal when we come back here for the overnight or for the race in September. We got to get Matt in a car at some point.
Sounds good. I certainly appreciate it, Kyle.
Matt, thank you so much. Wayne, we really appreciate it. Good luck in your 2026 season, and have a happy new year.
Yeah, you guys as well.
Thank you so much.